Let her go! Ah!
Why are you laying there? Are you seriously considering watching your beloved suffer like this? Why don't we forge a contract?
Get out of my head! Alright. Lend me your power.
I am thou.
Hey cuties, saddle up, because we're talking about one of the most fascinating creatures to ever crawl the internet. The type of pony every pony should know. A man who turned My Little Pony fanfiction into a multimedia event to rival even Marvel. Financed by mysterious money, staffed by real professional animators, and powered entirely by brain rot. And what did all that get him?
Could we pretend that airplanes in the night sky like shooting stars? Like it really is a wish right now, straight down.
Yeah, I could use a dream or a genie or a wish to go back to a place much simpler than this.
This is Brandonthebronypony, a self-described creative visionary, voice actor, one of the last surviving bronies in the Big 26, and proof that Verbal Aids could have taken a way bigger L if he wanted to. Brandon's what happens when you give that guy from Discord a blank check and the ability to bring everything in his homework folder to life. This is a story about love, loss, giant ponies crushing cities, and somehow, this was only the beginning. So before Brandon became this, he was just Brandon Hackwith. By the way, why do we full name these guys? That was always weird to me. Anyways, Brandon was believed to have been born in 1999 in Sacramento, California, which checks out. I mean, have you ever met somebody from up there? Brandon is known online under various names such as Brandonthebronypony, Brony Pony Productions, and later Toonverse Studios, because even early on, one channel simply wasn't enough to contain the vision of clopping. By Brandon's own admission, he's always struggled socially. He's never publicly stated that he is autistic, but he has acknowledged that picking up on social cues is extremely difficult for him, which made forming friendships and relationships complicated. And like we've seen with Jay Sonic, or Alex from Sonic Passions, when real-world relationships don't come easily, media has a way of offering alternatives. And for Brandon, that alternative was My Little Pony. Instead of imagining Pinkie Pie showing up in the night to tell him to consume crude oil, his was more along the lines of escapism with lore. Deep lore. Brandon's openly talked about having a rough childhood. In an interview with Andy Serkis, he described his mother as neglectful, and in other places, he's implied he didn't really have a stable parental figure growing up. Instead, he stayed with relatives, who taught him valuable lessons like how to be racist. Brandon said that he wishes he lived in Equestria and was adopted by a pony, and for our resident Mr. Hands, that's where things start getting a little weird. Because for Brandon, My Little Pony wasn't just a show, it became more of a replacement for friends, family, and for his own sad, lonely life. In one of his animations, we'll get into in a bit, Brandon created an animation where he vents about his trauma to a pony, who is voiced by a real voice actress, who is clearly uncomfortable with the conversation she suddenly found herself in.
Did you have parents before?
Well, sort of. I lived with my cousin and aunt. I knew my mom, but I didn't live with her, and I never knew my real father. Don't know what he looks like, his name, nothing. I know next to nothing about him.
Wait.
Brandon's also described experiencing severe mental breakdowns, which he referred to as schizophrenic episodes. This is his own self-diagnosis, and as for me, I'm not a medical professional, as you know. But what he's describing lines up a bit more with autistic burnout. Regardless, the impact was very real in his life. Brandon said that these breakdowns caused him to miss major parts of high school, like his graduation, and these losses had a profound effect on him. Because according to Brandon himself, his obsession with fantasy worlds and questionably aged horses is about repairing parts of his childhood that he feels were taken from him, and that is tragic. Until you realize the situation isn't as black and white as it seems. Because while Brandon struggles to connect with people, it's not just out of social awkwardness. Multiple former acquaintances have described a pattern of Brandon making sexually charged comments unprovoked and especially towards women. In fact, here's Brandon oversharing some of his tastes totally unprompted.
You guys are aware of this. This may seem weird to say, but I kind of have a macro micro. I don't know if you guys know about that.
So like
If
you
not
want
seen it.
you want the pony to be big.
Yeah, or to be shrunk near the pony, shrunk down near the pony, like to flea size.
Is it like Oh, so you like
Still, in these early years, what we had was just a lonely kid who dreamed of a better world, and the belief that if he could just make it big enough, or himself small enough, he wouldn't have to leave it.
Song downloading.
Do you want to see content you can't find anywhere else? Here on the Brandonthebronypony YouTube channel, you can find tons of content related to My Little Pony Friendship is Magic.
Like all maladjusted adults who can't even hold down a job at Wendy's, he started a YouTube channel. Originally, the channel wasn't meant for an audience. It was just for himself and his own personal interests. Some of his earliest uploads were audio roleplays. They weren't any good, he scripted them himself, and they involved scenes of various ponies flirting with him.
I love you with all my heart, Brandon. Nothing would make me happier than to be your very special sun pony.
And I'm glad to have you as my special sun pony. I love you too, Starly, more than anything in all of Equestria.
You're adorable.
Thanks, Starly.
I take that back. That was tough. Sometimes he awkwardly stitched together clips from the show, and sometimes he subjected a poor voice actress to the full force of his madness. For Brandon, these were intimate pieces of content not meant to be shared with the world. Unfortunately, the public found them anyway. One of his most viewed videos is an ASMR audio where Twilight Sparkle kisses you in the rain. It's his most viewed video from that era, probably because Brandon isn't actually in it for once. It's just pure goon fuel. And after realizing people would actually watch this stuff, Brandon's ambitions grew. And that's when he pivoted to live action.
Hey, Starly, happy housewarming.
Oh! Hey, Brandy. What are you up to, you big dork?
Oh, nothing. Just decided to see my girlfriend on Hearthwarming Eve. I decided to join you by the fireplace.
Aw, you're just too sweet. Come here. Let me hold you on my hooves. You're so red.
What? No, I'm not.
Oh, come on now, Bran. Don't deny it. Oh, I've got something just for you. Close your eyes.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and open them.
Huh? Oh, what do you know? It's a mistletoe.
Uh-huh. Now kiss me, you big doofus. I love you so much, Brandon. Happy hearths warming.
I love you too, Starly. Happy housewarming.
In these videos, Brandon usually travels to Equestria where he instantly becomes the best pony ever, despite just being some white guy. Very Last Samurai coded. Last Clopper Eye? Anyway, what is genuinely impressive though, is that Brandon didn't do this alone. In some of his videos, he managed to rope in one of his few remaining friends. Meet Zach. I love Zach. Unfortunately, like many of Brandon's projects, none of these series ever actually get finished, because Brandon has a reoccurring problem. He often gets bored quickly and moves on to something else, so none of his various series ever get completed. But what's so wild about his series is that he spends hundreds of dollars on voice actors to make these, even back then, despite being gainfully unemployed. Based on this post he made, I believe he uses his monthly tugboat, but he does have other ways of making money. So Brandon has a DeviantArt page, because of course he does. He offers commissions for up to $50 for his art and $100 for a 3 to 5 minute audio. So for the low price of $50, you can get some of Brandon's finest art, such as this. Incredible. And speaking of DeviantArt, remember earlier in the video where Brandon talked about his proclivities for giant ponies? Well, his DeviantArt is full of it. Buried under various artworks of him kissing, marrying, and getting cloppy with various ponies. There's also tons of art featuring the characters, both in pony and Equestria girls forms, either crushing Brandon or crushing cities. If you let the brain rot consume you, you can almost piece together a narrative. You see, the Giantess Equestria girls, what the fuck am I doing, bro? The Giantess Equestria girls crush Brandon for power. Once they've stomped on him enough, they're able to return to pony form as massive kaiju-like beings. Jesus Christ, this is what my life turned into. Oh yeah, he has Sonic shit too. Because of course he does. And while I could just talk about Brandon's art from screenshots, I won't do that. Screenshots are mercy. And because I hate myself, I watched them all.
My little pony, my little pony.
You know it's bad whenever your fictional girlfriend roasts you to your face.
Today, I'm going to tell you all the story of how my life changed forever. I never imagined that my life would take such a drastic turn. What happened to me was truly magical, and I never expected my life to change this much either.
So we're starting off with Brandon's first live-action series, Brony meets Equestria. Amazing name. So the video starts with Brandon doing some kind of hood movie narration. Calling it now, I don't think Rainbow Dash is gonna make it. So we find Brandon bored and unable to find anything to do.
I'm so bored today. What? I gotta find something to do to cure this boredom.
Give this man an Oscar now. So while Brandon's about to start up a 20-hour goon sesh, he gets sucked into the My Little Pony episode he's watching. Like Tron, but dumber.
Okay, it looks like the swirling vortex is still there. Did I summon some sort of otherworldly entity? Did some sort of ghost take control of my laptop? Okay, this is really freaking me out right now.
Also, I love you can clearly see him staring at his webcam through his glasses the entire time. That's the man who keeps his lenses clean. I like that. Anyway, Brandon gets slurped into Equestria.
Oh my god, I'm actually in Equestria. This is actually the apple orchard. Oh my god, this is real. Oh my god, this is insane. Oh my god, I'm actually in Equestria. Oh, I can't believe this. I need to hit myself to see if this is actually real. Ow! Okay, this is definitely real. It's not a lucid dream.
As an art film pervert, this is very inspired actually. Lars von Trier could never. So what's a Brony to do once he ends up in Equestria? Well, obviously, he heads straight to Ponyville. Loving the Neil Breen level green screen work, by the way. So Brandon arrives in Ponyville, or whatever the fuck the town's called. I haven't seen this show since I was like 9. And he's so excited that he literally hops his way into town. And judging by the loud thuds, the abrupt cut, and the fact that the next scene starts with him whispering, I think his aunt might have beat his ass between takes. So now, Brandon's wandering around town, talking to himself like a maniac, while we see a bunch of random fucked up OC ponies. At one point, Brandon decides to impress the locals by seeing how many ponies he can name.
Wow. Let's see which ponies I can name. There's Derby Hooves. There's Lyra and Bonbon. I see Vinyl and Octavia over there. Wow, there's just too many ponies to name. Wow, this is blowing my mind right now.
Understandably, every single pony immediately runs for their lives and locks their doors. Like, imagine a creature from another dimension appearing in your town and just yelling your full name at you. Brandon's sad that the ponies are scared of him and his Crocs. But don't worry, because he soon gets approached by the hottest chick ever.
Wow, there she is. Starlight Glimmer. She's so much more beautiful in person.
Starlight Glimmer offers to help Brandon become friends with the ponies, because she can tell he's a good person. Then Brandon immediately fumbles again.
Starlight here is telling the truth. I'm not gonna hurt any of you guys. I came here through some sort of freaking magic.
Wait, how do you know my name?
It's a long story. Can I tell you later?
Anime boy head scratch. Starlight drops it, probably enchanted by his anime boy head scratch, and offers to let Brandon stay at her place. So they head back to the magical pony friendship castle of rainbows and dreams or whatever the fuck. Starlight introduces Brandon to the rest of the My Little Pony crew, and they have no idea what kind of danger they're in. Oh yeah, then Brandon tells Fluttershy about COVID and she has a panic attack. This video has the first on-screen appearance of Zach. Get fucking hype, every pony. So the video starts with Zach, who somehow looks like every member of Coheed and Cambria at the same time, and his eyes tell the story of a day he wishes he could take back. Zach is coming home from the grocery store, and we learn he lives in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre house. Also, if these videos share a canon timeline, that means Brandon has been missing for like a year, so that's cool. Unlike Brandon, Zach hates My Little Pony. What a twist.
Why does it always have to be this?
Then the doorbell rings and his pizza's here. He ordered pizza after grocery shopping, and unfortunately, I kind of feel that.
That'll be $10.
Thanks. Have a good day.
Don't tell me what to do.
Did you wake up on the wrong side of the bed this morning?
Thug Hunter's level acting. Zach starts crushing some of that hentai pizza, and he gets super mad or something. I don't know, I wasn't paying attention. This shit's boring. After giving the bratty pizza some correction, Zach hears a crash and notices his bedroom door has been shot at by some YNs or something.
What? What happened in here?
Low-key, this is actually kind of decent so far. You got the hoof sounds and the tension. Something that was clearly made by perverts. This is decent indie horror. Mad props, Zach. Anyway, Zach gets locked out of his home as the ponies toy with him. And that's when he finally snaps.
Okay. I'm gonna bust down that door. Ah! Oh! Okay, this isn't funny anymore!
Wait, is he watching this video? And then, we learn a horrible truth. Zach's house is haunted by ponies who cross to the real world just to torment him. Like Hellraiser, but worse.
Oh, it's just a talking horse. A talking horse! Ah! Ah! Ah!
Thinking he's safe, Zach lets his guard down. Little did he know, Twilight Spark was hot on his trail.
Excuse me, whoever you are. Hi! I'm Twilight Sparkle. What's your name? Are you okay?
Zach wakes up a while later, surrounded by ponies. Also, no shade, but you gotta see a dentist soon, big dog. Meanwhile, somewhere in California, which is clearly in Sacramento, Brandon has somehow made it back to the real world. We even get a shot of his pony donkey.
This is the story of how my life completely changed forever. And not in the way you'd expect. Let's just say, things are about to get really weird.
You don't say.
Bang bang, skeet skeet, nigga.
Brandon goes about his day, watching My Little Pony, reading a My Little Pony book, and then his TV literally explodes.
Who's there? Mary, I think there's someone here.
What are you talking about? What the heck is going on?
I don't know. I heard a loud crash in my bedroom. That's like the second one.
Maybe you should go check it out.
Yeah, good idea. I'm gonna go check it out right now.
You can really feel the tension. Brandon arms himself with a bat straight out of Kingdom Hearts 2, turns around and sees a group of ponies staring at him. And judging by that reaction, his story is gonna go very differently from Zach's. So at some point, Brandon pivoted away from My Little Pony and directly into Persona. And as I trudged through Brandon's catalog, a few patterns started to jump out, especially as we get closer to his most infamous Persona video. After dropping a couple more My Little Pony uploads that were just straight up shrinking fetish content, Brandon kicks off a Persona series that exists mostly to establish himself as the main character. He isekais into the world of Persona 5, everyone immediately loves him, and despite not even having a persona, he's somehow the strongest and best fandom thief. Joker's literally okay with taking the back seat. There's even a video where Brandon and An, deepen their social link.
What's the matter? No, nothing's wrong. I'm just a little nervous.
I guess that's another part of you that I find to be really cute.
I'm not cute. Oh man, I'm so awkward. I don't know what to do around a girl or what to say. Did you just kiss me?
I sure did, cutie.
So it was mostly the same deal as before. Brandon just has a semi-chill, self-insert fantasy in one of his favorite pieces of media. And honestly, if that was all this series was, he probably would have stayed a niche thing that exists in the weird side of fandom YouTube. But everything changed in episode 3.
Last time on Persona 5, the Phantom Thief from Another World. The group headed to Destiny Land. Just had a day of fun, ate at Big Bang Burger, watched a movie, but then a Upon returning home, they bumped into Kichigo Mizuro, who threatened to expel Aunt Takamaki by the end of summer, and they found out something they never anticipated.
That spoiled bitch thinks she just rules the school. It's like she thinks it's her own personal mansion.
Results found. Beginning navigation.
Guys, the metaverse is back.
Shit.
So as we can see, Brandon and the Phantom Thieves, or I guess Morgana and An, with everyone else just popping in and out of existence depending on whether Brandon remembers they exist, are on a mission to stop a woman from being a bitch, I guess. But none of that matters, because we immediately get what we really came for. Brandon's cover of the Persona 5 theme.
Who am I? Am I not from here? That's right, I'm not from here at all. Press a button, find it, a contract unbreakable.
I added my OC to Persona. Does it stand out? So the episode properly starts with the Phantom Thieves infiltrating a palace to steal this evil bitch's heart. Brandon immediately gets captured by the guards because the villain, Kichigo, wants to meet him personally and steal his power, friendship, or his aura. I don't know, who cares. What's really funny is that none of the Phantom Thieves seem to give a shit, except An. An absolutely refuses to see her husbando go out like that. Also, I gotta say, their Yusuke is actually pretty good. Did they get the actual guy or something?
That's an 18th century style mansion. The only way I can see us entering is if we head down the chimney.
So the gang storms the palace to rescue Brandon, and I love how combat works in the series. I guess we couldn't really pay an animator to do combat, so instead we just get a still screen with sound effects and the voice actors screaming like they're fighting for their lives.
Good going, Skull. You took one out. Zero, time for a lucky punch.
Arsene, time for a one-shot kill.
Way to go!
Meanwhile, Brandon is absolutely rizzing up Kichigo because his aura is too strong or something. Like, he gets captured and she immediately wants to do tricks on it.
Look at me and tell me, are you willing to give yourself up to me and be my little boy toy?
Hell no, I never be your boy toy.
But then she makes a terrible mistake. She calls An a slutty bitch, and Brandon will not stand for that.
I'm not just some object for you to fuck with. I'm a human being, and An is no slutty bitch. She's more of a woman than you could ever hope to be. And if anyone is a slutty bitch, it's you.
He goes on this long rant about how An is actually the best girl, and as a Sei lover, he just made an enemy for life. Before the villains can kill him for his absolutely dog shit take, An shows up and saves the day. Kichigo does not take that well.
You fucking slut! You destroyed my bodyguards!
This video is brought to you by Sei lovers. Kichigo puts An in a crippler crossface or something. I don't know because we can't really see what's happening, but Brandon's had enough. And then, something incredible happens.
Let her go! Ah!
Why are you laying there? Are you seriously considering watching your beloved suffer like this? Why don't we forge a contract?
Get out of my head! Alright. Lend me your power.
I am thou.
After watching his beloved get cross-faced to shit, Brandon awakens his persona, Gleaming Sword. That's right, the best persona is a poorly drawn pony with sword arms, abs, and his lower half is just a giant sword. I've stared into the abyss for years now on this channel, and this thing stared back. Anyway, after getting his persona and becoming the ultimate being, Brandon turns aside on his enemy, and lets her have it with a fiery speech.
I won't allow you to treat men like they're objects for you to toy with. It's just fucked up. I don't know how many men you've toyed with, but I'll make sure it doesn't happen again. Now leave on out of this!
Powerful. Powerful. And then they have a boss fight.
Taste my blade again!
Way to go, Brandon. You took the last one out.
Good going, Hotshot. Way to go, Brandon. You did it. I could just kiss you right now.
Ugh, give me an effing break.
I know, right? Remember how Brandon has trouble keeping his kinks to himself? Yeah, that became a problem. Who'd have thought? In 2018, DMs surfaced where Brandon stated he wouldn't date a black person because, and this is his wording, the right race is being eliminated. According to him, his beliefs probably came from his cousin. Fun fact, one of the voice actors he hired read out his racist tirade in order to expose him as Pinkie Pie.
You believe that all black people were on a quote-unquote mission to eliminate all white people.
These DMs were leaked to another prolific MLP cow named Wubcake VA, who deserves her own video from the shit she got into. There's really no honor in the competitive MLP scene, I guess. Like, even Sonic fans defended J Sonic. Anyway, I think it's time we slow down a bit, because Brandon's main controversy involves allegations of inappropriate behavior with minors, because it's not a lolcow doc without it. The accusations are very messy though. Some are real, some are conflicting, and some are fakes made by other lolcows who want to be the top cow on the farm. So I'm going to be careful here and stick to what's been publicly alleged and documented. But make sure to take notes because this gets really deep. Brandon was accused by Twitter user Kevin the Brony fan, who said Brandon tried to ERP with his friends, who were minors, and continued trying to interact with them in increasingly unhinged ways. Separately, Brandon admitted to sending a not safe for work video in a Discord server filled with minors. He claimed that he didn't watch the video that he sent and that he didn't know there was not safe for work content. Well, like I said, I didn't know it was an adult video. I even apologized and received no forgiveness whatsoever, Brandon said. The mods are toxic, unforgiving, and don't believe in second chances. It seems the show about literal second chances and forgiveness taught them nothing. Jesus was forgiving, and holding a grudge is a sin and earns you a special spot in hell. The mod said, "Are you really gonna compare a show for little 6-year-old children to real life affiliated not safe for work content? Also, I'm an ashiest, so thanks, atheist." After this, 2 more people also leaked DMs between them and Brandon over Brandon breaking server rules. Such as sending inappropriate pictures to children. Then came one of the most serious accusations, that Brandon attempted to commission art depicting himself with Apple Bloom, a pony meant to be a child, making more fillies. Brandon denied this, claiming the account requesting the commission was an imposter, and pointing out that the username was incorrect. Which brings us to a DeviantArt account named EUF Lover terrorized the site for years and was widely believed to belong to Brandon. EUF, for the record, stands for Embarrassed, Underweared, or Undressed Females, in case you were curious. Before being deleted, the account posted, well, what's on the tin, alongside MLP fetish art. EUF Lover was also involved in multiple dramas, harassing voice actors in ways that felt extremely Brandon-coded. Brandon denied owning EUF Lover, and even attempted to mass report the account to get it taken down. He later uploaded a video claiming that someone named Solar Moon Eclipse was impersonating him. It was actually responsible for the harassment and pedophilia behavior. The video attempts to address most of the controversies up to that point, and it did not help.
And the whole thing about lick a girl's butt crack in the Discord server, that one Discord server, I fully apologize for that as well. That was completely uncalled for. I should not have done that. I didn't realize at the time that the user was a minor. But at the same time, a minor should not be naming themselves butt crack. But, you know, I guess we were both in the wrong. So, I admit my mistake, and even though they were in the wrong for naming themselves something so lewd, I fully admit I was wrong, and I should not have put that. I should not have typed that, and I admit that mistake. Another thing I want to bring up, that there's a new rumor going around that I Wubcake's friend at a My Little Pony convention.
But as mentioned before, Brandon's battle with Wubcake only attracted more cows who wanted to take Brandon down and assume the role of the alpha. That's right. We got a fucking brain war on our hands. Enter Ryan on Wi-Fi, a lolcow YouTuber who covers MLP fandom drama.
I have a new DVD. It's Brandonthebronypony, Ponies on Earth, pilot episode. This is an exclusive DVD. There's only one in the world, and I made it.
Ryan on Wi-Fi would come out with accusations accusing Brandon of grooming a 15-year-old who auditioned to voice Starlight in one of Brandon's projects. According to the logs Ryan presented, Brandon asked the minor's age, then asked if they're comfortable with not safe for work chats. Brandon complained that the minor's mic quality was fucking garbage. Oh, Riz. That's Riz, bro. The minor stated Brandon's not safe for work requests made them uncomfortable. Then Brandon changed his mind once he heard the voice actor's impression. The impression was so good that Brandon offered to mail the miner his blue snowball microphone. So basically, Brandon mailed something to a miner's house. Brandon also allegedly asked the miner to Photoshop Brandon holding a sex toy into an image of him holding Starlight instead, and the miner complied. Later, Brandon allegedly asked the miner if they liked him. The miner accused Brandon of exploiting their autism, and communication only stopped when Brandon learned the miner was male. He may like him young, but at least he's not gay. On January 27th, 2022, Brandon uploaded a response video, not to clear his name, but so he wouldn't get IP banned off Discord.
Basically, there's been some allegations going around that I'm a pedophile and a predator, and that I've done some inappropriate things to younger girls. Well, I just want to let you all know that is not true. None of that has ever happened. I have never done anything inappropriate with underage girls. I would never do that because I'm better than that. And any kind of rumors you guys hear about that happening, ignore them because they're not true. I just figured I'd dispel these rumors because someone on Discord said they were going to try to get me IP banned, and Discord is my life.
The next day, he uploaded another video of himself fake crying and claimed the accusations were false. I don't know about you guys, but I believe him now. And then a third video. In it, Brandon scrolls through his DeviantArt DMs to prove the logs were fabricated. Instead, he accidentally shows proof of actual ERP activity. Classic. Brandon allegedly went further by copyright striking videos criticizing him and sending a fake cease and desist to a YouTuber named Cosmic. I couldn't find anything about Cosmic except a channel with the same name that uploaded a video of an Indian child trying to snap their fingers. This is peak content. These allegations had real consequences. Brandon was forced to cancel several projects. More importantly, Zach's parents found out. Zach was told to block Brandon and cut contact entirely. That's right, Zach fans. Our boy is gone. But wait, the brain war isn't over yet, as another party enters the battle. So someone claimed the entire thing was an elaborate trolling operation meant to undermine pony drama channels. And that person was Crispy, who is a PonyTuber who made drama videos and is a freak in their own right. On a live stream where he gloated about his planned success, he actually showed not safe for work art of underage ponies. He also has a video of himself tenderly rubbing his nipples. I don't know why I have this. I don't know if I can show this, and I don't know why every single person involved in the story is like this. By this point, the original question no longer mattered. Not about if Brandon's innocent, or who started what, or not even who's lying. The real takeaway is that every single person in this ecosystem was either enabling, exploiting, or actively trying to A-log everyone to death. Brandon was just the biggest fish in a small pond of cringe. So once the dust settled on the brain war, one question remains. Where is Brandon now? Still on YouTube, I guess. Brandon's still doing what Brandon does best. He's still posting unhinged pony slop on YouTube and clop slop on DeviantArt. At one point, Brandon announced that he was pivoting again. Not into therapy, but into game development. He revealed he was working on a dating game where you play as Brandon himself and romance the female characters on Gravity Falls. They're all preteens and teenagers, but Brandon insists they're aged up. And knowing Brandon's track record, I'm sure that rule is being followed with extreme diligence. Never ask a man his salary, never ask a woman her age, and never control F Mabel on Brandon's computer. Anyway, that project lasted about a week, because of course it did. In March, Brandon pivoted again and dropped a trailer for a new Gravity Falls series. In it, Brandon self-inserts himself as Dipper.
Do you think we'll always be like this?
What are you talking about?
I mean, it's always fun being with you. We play, we do stupid stuff, we go on adventures. But will it last forever? And do I want it to last forever? Eventually, you'll have a family of your own. The same for me. You know, move on. Marriage, jobs, kids, all that stuff.
Grown-up stuff, yeah. So what's the problem there?
It's just that when that time comes, we won't be this close anymore. I like this life, and I'm not sure if I want...
Shh! You worry too much, Dipper.
Here we see Brandon, Dipper, Brand Dipper, getting a little Alabama with Mabel. But don't worry, because Brandon reassures us that his version of Dipper is going to be a Giga Chad Casanova. Also, if you want to support his vision, he's on Cameo. You can pay real, actual money to have Brandon gush about his favorite ponies directly to you.
Hey there, Luke. It's me, Brandon, the Brony Pony. So, I heard you wanted me to wish you safe travels for your trip to Universal Studios Orlando, huh? Well, I hope you have a great trip, and I hope you stay safe, and I hope you have an awesome and incredible time at Universal, and I hope you even can ride the Incredible Hulk ride, like the audio you commissioned to me, because, you know, and become actual a Hulk-like creature, and enjoy the Incredible Hulk ride, because if I ever went to Universal, I know I'd want to go on that ride. So, yeah, so go on the Incredible Hulk ride and tons of other cool rides. And I hope you also get to meet a lot of characters and get pictures with them too. Like Shrek and the Grinch. Oh, the Grinch is only there for Christmas. But yeah, you get my point. Yeah, meet lots of fun characters, go on tons of rides, maybe the Transformers ride, Simpsons ride, whatever. Even go to Universal Studios Orlando, Nintendo World, Super Nintendo World. I heard that's a really good place. So, hope you have lots of fun, Luke, and have a great trip. See ya. Brandonthebronypony out.
Well, cuties, what have you learned today? On the surface, this is a story about a feral brony with a search history worse than mine. But underneath all of that, this is really a story about what happens when the internet and fantasy replace boundaries and really human connection. And eventually, the fantasy stops being an escape and starts becoming a trap. And once you build your entire identity inside a fictional universe, logging off stops being an option. And the funny part of all this is that there's a reason why every chapter of the story ends the same way, with Brandon digging himself deeper into the pit and getting laughed at instead of with. So before we wrap this up, there is someone who deserves their flowers, and that's Brandon's longtime editor and friend, Zach. Even though that partnership had to end in the most insane way ever, Zach was low-key a genuinely good editor with real talent. And it's another example of that painfully common dynamic where one guy makes an e-clown out of himself, and another guy doing actually solid work is quietly relegated to the background. So credit where it's due, Zach cooked. So if there's a moral here, it's probably this. Not every creative impulse needs to be shared, not every thought needs an audience, and if Discord is your life, you're already way too chopped and screwed to exist, my boy. Also, rarity is the best pony. Fucking fight me. Huge shout out to Spectate on Kiwi Farms for compiling, archiving, and preserving most of the material in this video. Seriously, you made the lives of YouTube A-loggers like myself way easier. Archivers are genuinely the unsung hero of every low-effort YouTube deep dive. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and all the other generic YouTube shit. Shout out to all my patrons and channel members, and like always, stay cute, cuties.